his fingers dance, electric craze. You win, you lose, the screen displays. Retro Legends Arcade, where heroes are made. Insert your coin, don't be afraid. Retro Legends Arcade. Pinball clatters, jackpot rings, 8-bit world where power springs. Twits his hum, the chaos sings, forever young on timeless wings. Press start to play, the night won't decay. Retro Legends Arcade, where heroes are made. Insert your coin, don't be afraid. Retro Legends Arcade. Retro Legends Arcade. Retro Legends Arcade.
Hello, active arcade and pinball gamers, and welcome to the Retro Legends Arcade. God, Robcat67 says Tapper is indeed a legit arcade classic. 100% agree, sir. We've got the legend of the Retro Legends Arcade tearing up our leaderboards. We got Sacro. Welcome to the chat. Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Great to see you. We got Wingo Edgy here. Good to see you. We got Blissmon1. Hello, pinball gamers. Got Bliss2121. Evening, everyone. So glad you're here. Welcome to the stream. Papa Brad, it's time to open the arcade. The leaderboards are up with all new games. It's another week. Very exciting. We got JSFJ. Hey, guys. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. And this is the Retro Legends Arcade Show. And basically, this show, what it's all about is we do leaderboards every week. And we play the best in pinball and classic 80s arcade games. And we're having a great time. We're playing games every week, competing. It's completely open. It's completely free. All you got to do is click on the links in the description of this video. And you can join us and drop some scores. It's a lot of fun. We're having a lot of fun. Let me pull up our leaderboards real quick. Take a look at those. Let's see here. Boom. Let's see. This is episode 51. We made it. We made it past 50. So officially now we are past 50. This is the 51st episode. So 51st episode of the Retro Legends Arcade. I cannot believe it. Seems like yesterday I started this long road, you know, and we started the tournament thing, running the tournaments with T. McCloskey on the Arcade Talk. He still does his own tournaments, and we're still going, so it's a lot of fun. We're going to take a quick look at the games we played last week. Had a great selection of games. I felt like last week's games were so good. I had so much fun playing all week long. We had such good selection of killer games. Start off with the arcade game Bubbles. I knew someone was going to break 100,000. I just had a feeling. This is a great game. I mean, I love this game. I got up to, let's see, we had T. McCloskey, Ichabod Crane, Lord Donkey Balls, third place. I got 85,180. This is my personal best. This is the furthest I've ever seen in the game. I got up to a stage where there was just ants coming out of the drain. And I don't know if that's stage 10 or something, but it was crazy. That's the furthest I've ever gotten. And we have Sacro with broke the 100,000 barrier on bubbles. That's a fantastic classic arcade Williams game. Easy to learn, difficult to master. You know, it's rock, paper, scissors. I did a video on how to play bubbles, but it's a really fun game. We had Flipper Friends last week for that game, so I just decided to drop all 3 games into our leaderboards and see how everyone's doing. I'm happy with my performance. I got my personal bests on the 3 games that I played, and it was a fun time. Let's see, we got Nature's Fury, we got Jay, Wingo, Ballydurn, me, and Sacro. And this is a killer's row. I mean, these are all killer scores. Fantastic. Our lowest score in Nature's Fury was like, 169 million. Pretty insane. Dinosaur Dynasty, Ichabod Crane, Ballydurn, Team McCloskey, Wingo. Sacro with a massive 311 million. I got 500 million. Great game. Darius, Ichabod Crane, Jay, Team McCloskey, Ballydurn, Wingo, me, and Sacro. Sacro took the lead. Let's see. Oh, I got Sacro almost would have clean swept it if I wouldn't have played Dinosaur Dynasty so well. But he almost got a clean sweep this week. Well done, Sacro. And then a game I really had not played a lot until last week was the Godzilla vs. Kong table. And I really kind of fell in love with it. I enjoy it. It's actually very good in VR. It's very engaging. I mean, I just got into the table. I got a little bit further in the game than I'd ever seen, but I would really like to see some of these high scores like Ballydurn and Sacro and see what happens when you get that far in the game. But I do like the way that it does the movie scenes. I thought that was really cool. If you got a chance to play, the Godzilla vs. Kong table was pretty fun. And then AtGames has been taking a lot of heat, but they just released Black Knight 2000 like, a week ago? And we played that, and we had some really sick scores on the leaderboards. We have Mad Ben Hand with a legendary score. Let's see here. Oh, what happened? Where'd it go? That's weird. Oh, I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay. And then we had 28 million. This is a low-scoring game. I mean, Black Knight 2000 is a challenging, difficult pinball. It's a great pinball, but it's not really an easy pinball to play. And there was a lot of controversy on this table. I thought it was fantastic. I think I gave it a 9. People talking about the music, and yet if you play the actual arcade, the ROM that they use in the pinball machine, it has a lot of the same distortion that the AtGames version has. And we're going to talk about that a little bit when I get into AtGames. But I think that people have a glorified version of what they think it sounds like, and there's what it actually sounds like when you hear it on a pinball machine, or through emulation at least. We had Bliss 2121, Wingo, Team McCloskey, Ballydurn, Jay, Blissmond 1, good job. Me, and then Sacro, and then Mad Ben Hand took the lead. This week's games will be Mandalorian, Star Wars Pinball, Kong, and that'll complete us playing the entire Kong vs. Godzilla pack. We played all the games in. So Kong is the last one for me to try out. Tapper, Polar Expedition, and I'm going to be playing these all week anyway, so I just pulled up Mexico and Clown Deluxe. So if anyone wants to see if they can beat their current scores, I'll put those leaderboards right there in case anyone wants to do it. Yeah, it was literally, my hands were hurting after that. I was playing for so long, my wrists were killing me. And that's when I know, I'm really motivated to play. Thank you so much, Sacro. I worked hard for that score. That was a lot of work. But it's fun. I love pinball. It's great. And AtGames Pinball is a lot of fun. It's just one of the many great options right now. We're in our golden age. I mean, we've got so many good ways to play video pinball at home, whether it's the AtGames on their HD or their Legends or the HDP or the 4KP, all the AtGames systems. And I really like that the Flipper Friends, we can play. Everyone that has AtGames can play no matter which system they have. That was a massive improvement. I felt like before when they were running the Zen games, it was just too few people playing. And I think the competition, iron sharpens iron. The more people you have playing, the tougher it is. And I say that as I get kicked out of the top 10 this week at the last minute. But, that's great. I mean, that's competition. That's good competition. That's fierce competition. That's what I'm glad we're seeing. We do have some people that threw up scores already. We got Mikey Yoon with a nice score in the Mandalorian. We got Mikey Yoon and Bliss 21-21. Already dropped some scores in Kong. This score in Tapper I just did to just put up a score real quick, just to have one in there. That was like almost a throwaway game. I played one game of Polar Expedition just for fun. That's a fun game that's going to be played this week. So let me go to let me check in with the chat. Okay. So let me remove this. I feel like we talked about our leaderboards. The next thing I want to do is I actually want to show the games and do a quick little video that's going to show all the games that we're playing this week. Really the big news that's going to change with the Retro Legends Arcade. We have stayed away from the Star Wars pinball tables, but with Pinball Effects, with Pinball VR and the X Arcade now working well with the Star Wars pinball, I'm going to start putting those tables. So if you play VR pinball, every table we play will be in VR pinball. So if you have the Star Wars VR pinball pack, you'll be able to play each week and drop a score. And we're just going to go through all the tables. And to be honest with you, I mean, I've played them all a little bit, but it'll be fun to experience them all in VR. And we're going to start with the Mandalorian, which I think is one of the really good, one of the better ones in the bunch. But if you have any favorites that are Star Wars tables, you can always put them in the chat, and I'll consider it. I know I'll probably want to play all the original trilogy Star Wars tables. Got a message here from Sacro. He says, I love the combined leaderboards. Can't believe I landed second this week in Flipper Friends. Congratulations to you, Sacro. That is fantastic. And I'll say this, not only did you finish second, you finished second in one of the fiercest competition. If you look at the number of players you're playing against, it's a massive, massive pool, isn't it? And now you see your scores move on the IFPA, where before, when they had the 4KP and the HD, I felt like the scores didn't move hardly ever. They didn't move enough. And you can work really hard and your scores would just stay the same. So I feel like all the way around, it's better. Wingo Day said it was a tough week at Flipper Friends. Yeah, I had a kind of a brutal thing happen to me. I had my best game of Nature's Fury and it crashed out of it. And I could not replicate that game. I tried and tried and tried. I could not play it again. It was when the lightning hit. I was like at 500 million and it crashed. And but that stuff happens on real world pinball machines too when you're playing. Sometimes things break. And it was frustrating. I'm not going to lie, but I could not replicate it. And I played that yesterday. I tried to play and I played again. When I got in the high scores, it crashed out again. So I just kind of gave up and I just was happy with whatever I had. But that would have been nice to have that 500 million point game up there, but it is what it is, and that's real world pinball too. I could tell you, I just played some pinball on location, and these machines, they break all the time. And it's people that run a pinball arcade, it's really a labor of love. You have to know how to work on pinball machines. They're physical machines. And but it's a great thing. So I still had a great time playing. But I would like him to figure out why it crashes in that one particular game, because it's such a darn good game. The Nature's Fury game, I absolutely love the game, except for when it crashes. Probably did, I might have said some choice words. I might not have kept my cool, and I almost always keep my cool. But it was one of my best games. So it happens, Definitely was exciting. But anyway, so let's get on to this week's games. Let me introduce the games we're playing this week. I got to go back into my StreamYards here. And these are the games this week. We're going to start off talking about a little bit about Star Wars. I will not be able to play the music. The chat I can put up, but to have high quality videos, which I like to have high quality videos for the show, I cannot cut into it, but I can show the video. I can put the chat up over the video. We can have a conversation that way. And here's the video I made for this week's games, starting with Star Wars. Very exciting. Welcome Active Arcade and Pinball players. The Retro Legends Arcade is proud to announce we'll be adding Star Wars to our weekly lineup of pinball tables, especially with the excellent lineup in Pinball Effects VR. Playing through the X Arcade is absolutely incredible. We're going to be starting our tables with an absolute fantastic Star Wars table. We're kicking it off with the Mandalorian. There will be a new table each week. I will not be able to play any of the music on these tables and these previews, but you know they're great. We all know and love Star Wars. We're going to play all the classics first. Of course, I'm talking about the original trilogy, and then we'll move on from there. Very excited to add Star Wars, Pinball Effects VR, Xbox, PlayStation, all available to play in the Retro Legends tournament. So if you're into Star Wars pinball, drop some scores. The Star Wars tournaments are starting now. May the Force be with you. Join us. Star Wars Weekly Tournaments, Retro Legends Arcade. Play one game a week till we've run through them all. This week's game, one of my favorites, The Mandalorian. Here is the QR code for The Mandalorian. Super fun table. Baby Yoda. The Mandalorian. What's not to like? Gonna be a super fun week. Here is the QR code for The Mandalorian. We're also playing Kong Pinball. This is an awesome table, man, and Pinball Effects VR. Kong is standing right by you while you play this table. It's going to be so much fun. Here's the link for Kong Pinball. Super fun table. Had a blast playing Godzilla vs. Kong. Welcome to Polar Expedition, the ultimate pinball experience that takes you on a thrilling journey through the icy realms of the poles. This table is not just a game, it's an adventure through the frozen wilderness. You encounter some of the most fascinating creatures that inhabit these extreme environments. Dive into the frigid waters to marvel at the agility of the sea lion as it navigates through Arctic currents. Witness the tiny but mighty krill, the backbone of the polar ecosystem, as they swarm vast shimmering clouds. Feel the majestic power of the seals as they glide gracefully across the ice. Be awed by the sheer size and splendor of the whales, the gentle giants of the ocean. Discover the elusive and mysterious squid, darting through the depths with incredible speed, and finally enjoy the playful antics of dolphins. Bring a touch of joy and wonder to this frozen expanse. Here's a table flyby so you can see some of the details of the table. Beautiful 4K graphics. The SSF kit is absolutely amazing on these tables. All four of them have really good SSF. Because they're Magic Pixel, they have, you know, close to no flipper lag. They're just fantastic, good playing tables. And to me, this is one of the strongest ones. I've really loved playing it. And look at that. I mean, look at the bird flying around. That's incredible. I mean, if you love Magic Pixel, you're going to like these tables. That's all I can say. Gameplay is incredibly smooth, even with crazy multi-balls going non-stop, one after another on this table. Balls just going all over the place. Just beautiful, smooth gameplay. I mean, this is Magic Pixel and AtGames at their very best. And this is a table that'll cross over to just about anybody because the theme is so good. Polar Expedition is more than a pinball table, it's an immersive experience. It brings the wonders of the polar regions right to your fingertips. Are you ready to embark on a frozen adventure? Discover the incredible wildlife that calls the poles home? Expedition begins now. Let's talk about some features on this table. Here are some features. It has a ball save, has a kickback, ice multiplier, whole reward, and a dolphin combo. Look at this multi-ball I got going. Polar Expedition, a super fun table. I'm also going to throw up some boards for Clown Deluxe in Mexico. If you want to drop scores, be playing those in the Flipper Friends. So might as well have them up on the leaderboards this week. But I'm really excited for the next game I'm going to introduce. One of my favorites. Going back to the golden age of arcades. Of course, I'm talking about heading back into the 80s to play one of the greatest arcade games ever made, where you get to serve ice cold beers to patrons of a bar, or frosty root beer. Of course, I'm talking about the arcade classic Tapper in the Retro Legends arcade leaderboards this week. Come score chase Tapper with us. Fantastic retro arcade game. Tapper, also known as Root Beer Tapper, is a 1984 action video game designed by Marvin Glass and Associates and published by Bally Midway for arcades. The game puts the player in the shoes of a bartender who must serve eager, thirsty patrons before their patience expires. In the game, you have to serve the patrons, collect the empty mugs, and also even collect tips. Originally sponsored by Anheuser-Busch, the arcade version features a Budweiser motif.
This much for you, for all you do, the king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you
This Bud's for you.
This game is super fun. The controls consist of a 4-position joystick and a tap handle. The game screen features 4 bars, each with a keg at one end and a door at the other. Customers enter through the doors and slowly advance towards the kegs, demanding service. The player controls a bartender who must pour drinks and slide them down the bar for the customers to catch. Pushing the joystick up or down instantly moves the bartender to the keg at the next bar in the chosen direction, with the top and the bottom of the screen wrapping to one another. Pushing right or left causes him to run along the bar where he is stationed. When the tap handle is pulled down, the bartender instantly moves to the keg and he fills a mug. Releasing it causes him to slide the mug along the bar. The game mechanics are simple but super fun. This game is a blast. A non-alcohol themed version called Root Beer Tapper was also made. Play either version and post your scores on the Retro Legends leaderboard. Come play Tapper this week with us. There you go. That's this week's games. Let's read some comments. We got Sacro. Have not played Polar in forever. Yeah, that's the thing. We forget about all these games. There's like a ridiculous amount of games on the AtGames. But it's fun to go back and play these games. That's what's great about these challenges. It gets us playing games we've forgotten about. And I have a great multicade. I have a bunch of different machines. And I love these 80s arcade games, so why not score chase one each week and have some fun? And I've gotten so much better at these games thanks to playing against good players like Sacro and everyone that participates. Ichabod Crane, thank you so much. T. McCloskey. It's all about having fun. And, I think that we have a good formula each week to have some fun games and switch it up each week. Let me get my notes here. Let's see. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for playing last week. I think we had a great week of gaming. Hello, active pinball and arcade gamers. I'm going to do a congratulations to Tomato Grass and Cassidy. We got a big announcement. Tomato Grass dropped some tomato seeds. So congratulations to you, Tomato Grass. Of a great community, great player, and congratulations. We're all very happy for you. Let's see what the next announcement I have was. The topics. We made it to 51. We do weekly leaderboard games that are free to post scores. Different games every week. I am going to do a channel poll on how long you think we need to play. We're going to do a tournament next. Next week is a tournament on Elvira in the Party Monsters. So we're going to do a tournament next week. So I need to put a poll up. This will be on Papa Brad's Gaming. I'll have to do that in a minute. So 51, I'll put the poll up. I guess I could put it in my community post. Maybe I'll put it in the community post. The next topic I really wanted to talk about was this really cool thing that I saw on YouTube. It's a arcade that is in an old church. Has anyone seen this video about the church arcade? And I'm going to show the video. It's super cool. Check this out. This is an arcade that is in a church. Let me put it up on the screen here. Let's see, the stage.
School gamers and pinball players have a new place to play classic arcade games. There's a new church arcade about to open up. Ross Godani gave it a go and found out why it's in an old church.
What do we want to play next? As soon as you walk into the church arcade in Duquesne, you are surrounded by lights and sounds that for many evoke great memories of when they had Pac-Man fever or were self-proclaimed pinball wizards.
Somebody hit me with an elbow and then drop me into the boards.
I think there's something to be said about nostalgia nowadays, A lot of people are feeling it. You can only play Fortnite so much.
Housed in the holy name...
I love that. I love that. You can only play Fortnite so much. And check this out. This is a actual free play arcade that is inside of this gigantic church. This is so cool. Check this out. This is in Pittsburgh.
Catholic Church in Duquesne. The arcade is packed with vintage video arcade games to include classics.
I mean, that is just a thing of beauty. Look at all those arcades.
Like Pac-Man, as well as shooter games and racing games.
I think we have something in the neighborhood of 130, last I checked.
And pinball machines. Lots of pinball machines.
Love some
about
pinball.
30 or so pinball machines right now. I think we're going to push that number to about 35 to 40.
We're always going to be cycling things in and out, and I don't know that we'll ever stop collecting. So there's always going to be one going out and something new coming in.
The arcade is the dream of the members of the Pittsburgh Arcade Collective.
If we're not keeping them alive and getting people interested, these are going to go back to sitting in someone's basement or garage.
Now, one might wonder, why pick an old Catholic church for the arcade? And the answer appears to be, why not?
It just kind of fit the need, and again, it's nice to save an architecturally sweet building like this.
Also, don't worry about raiding your mom's purse for coins or a few bucks.
No worries for quarters, no worries for tokens. Everything is one fee. Depending on the day, 20 to 25 bucks is generally where we're looking at.
Now, if you want the hours of operation and admission to the church arcade, make sure you check out kdka.com. We'll have all the information you need there. In Duquesne, Ross Godati, KDKA TV News.
Well, there you go. There was a look at the Church Arcade. Pretty amazing looking place. If you're in Pittsburgh, definitely check it out. I love free play arcades. Looks like a really good one. Let's see. The next thing I want to talk about, when you post a score this week, just throw up the number 51 on a sheet of paper by your score. If you're playing on a AtGames cabinet, just throw it anywhere on the anywhere by the score when you post your score. Nice and easy. Pinball Effects VR, if you want to put the clock, that would be cool. There's a clock app you can put by your score, but I don't think you're going to have to. But if you want to, that'll be good. For the tournament next week, you'll have to put your clock on to show that it's a current score. So let's get into some AtGames news. Flipper Friends for this week. Flipper Friends tournament. Congratulations to Sacro, came in second. This is week 13 coming up. We got Polar Expedition, Mexico, and Clown Deluxe. Here's the games. Polar Expedition is one of my favorites. I like all three of these games. All three are fun. Even if the clown does have 6 fingers. Check out his fingers. He got 6 fingers. This is still a fun game. It's a Clown Deluxe. Already dropped a few preliminary scores just for fun. But these leaderboards from AtGames are alive, so tear them up, you know. Let's if you have an AtGames machine, start dropping some scores. And those will be the games for this week from AtGames. As far as other news, I feel like with the Zen Studios, there's been a lot of fake news with all that. You know, since AtGames started, when they released the 4KP, they have had a relationship with Zen Studios. I remember when they first launched the 4KP, the Addams Family, a lot of content creators, negative news sells and gets more clicks and views. So they were like, the Addams Family is the only table they're ever going to get from Zen Studios. And now, literally, we're down to like the only Williams pinball tables we don't have. And Williams pinball tables, if you have the 4KP, those are the ones that everyone just loves the most. The Williams tables we don't have are Bonsai Run, Earthshaker, Circus Voltaire, Safecracker, and Indiana Jones, which I always forget cuts a separate license. That's not that. I mean, other than that, AtGames delivered. We got all the Williams tables from Zen. And I think there's a lot of pressure all the time on AtGames to put out releases. This is a partner they've had for a long time, and there's a lot of pressure for them to constantly be reassuring people that things are okay and things aren't going to change. But, you know, be honest with you, AtGames have always been happy. They've always surprised me and dropped different things. I feel like it's an exciting time for them. They're going to redo the Gottlieb tables, which they've got some of the greatest real pinball classic licenses. Games like Black Hole, Haunted House, Teed Off. And from what I heard, it's going to be free. So everyone's going to get them free, you know. I think with AtGames, there's a lot of misconception because also, you know, the 4KP players are the most devout. We are the most hardcore. We have most of the people that are on YouTube are 4KP players. But if you look at it as far as numbers, it's pretty small. I think it's about 5% or so. So it's a small percentage that are playing on the 4KP. We just are a very loud vocal minority because we love pinball. I mean, and that's fine. That's fine. I mean, but I just hope they continue to surprise us with good stuff. Like the last few original games they had, the games that Scott Shelton developed were really good. And I hope they continue to surprise us with good games that we don't expect. Like the Firefighter game, Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles. Mutant Ninja Turtle. I never thought they would get that license, but just keep doing what we don't expect. And the thing that I really find surprising too is all this craziness with people making entire videos, negative videos. Oh, Zen's leaving AtGames and Zen are finished. All these videos are coming out, and they literally just released Black Knight 2000, which is a great classic pinball. And people had nothing but a lot of people did nothing but nitpick it, and it was a great game. I just don't get it. I mean, if you like Williams Pinball, I mean, I thought that the Black Knight 2000 was really good. The problem is with that game, in my opinion, people have an idolized mindset of what that music sounds like. But when you actually listen to the recording of it, there's actually distortion in the chorus. And I've made a video of it that I actually play the ROM where you can hear it. So it's actually the way it was. But a lot of people have covered that song. They've redone that song. And they've done some amazing versions. And that's made people kind of remember it being better than it actually is. Yeah. There will probably be more. The Zaccaria tables will definitely be coming to AtGames. They have a lot of stuff that's put out. It's going to be interesting to see what they choose to put out and when. But they've been a strong partner for AtGames, so you're going to get more of those tables for sure, 100%. And that's all I got to say about it, really. I mean, so far they've delivered really well. If you look at just the quantity of games that AtGames has produced, let me pull this up. The thing is, it creeps up on us. We're so used to just getting these drops without even thinking about it that we don't really look at it as like, how much did they do in a year? They kind of come put them out in little bursts. But where is that? There it is. So 28 Zen pinball tables, 19 Magic Pixel tables, 3 AtGames original tables. They finished the rare pack. The library has 257. It might be 258 now because I don't think we had Black Knight 2000, so it's probably 258 now. We look, but they've been very consistent on dropping software for their platform, which I think is pretty amazing. And people forget that, if you're an AtGames content creator, I mean, you literally always have something. That's 262 tables I have on my machine. I have 262 tables, and I might have a few that aren't out yet, but there's more coming as well. And I know that they have some that are going to be good that are coming out. So don't fret. I mean, AtGames has consistently delivered pinball tables for both their classic pinball machines, like the HD, like the Pinball Micro, like the HDP, and for the 4KP. So I don't see AtGames slowing down. Matter of fact, if you figure it out, it works out to be about 1 table per week, which is a ton of tables. Hey, look who we got. We got Hollywood Polo here. Welcome to the chat. I'm just planning on trying to stay warm. We're supposed to get a real bad cold snap this week. So, but weather's been terrible. But welcome to the stream, Hollywood Polo. And yeah, Hollywood, you should drop some scores in our leaderboards on iScored. Hollywood's a good player. But yeah, that's all I want to say about AtGames is that, keep in mind all the things they've given us and all the tables they've given us so far. And they're going to continue doing that. Hey, look who we got. Love this channel. Love this channel. Game on forever. The Game Freak. What's up, bro? But the Game Freak, great channel. If you're into retro gaming, man, he's got a great channel. I love his content. High quality, really good stuff. Anyway, I had a clip I wanted to play because I'm just talking about the Black Knight 2000. The problem is we have these clips that people make and these remakes. I want to just show a little bit of this remake. It's so awesome. Let me see if I can play it. But the game actually didn't sound this good. You know, this is better than the game sound. Check this out. This is insane. Check this out.
I am the Black Knight.
You got your minds.
No way.
Get ready for battle.
Give me your money.
He's a Black Knight.
Well, anyway, that's kind of like in our heads how we think of the Black Knight sounding. You think it sounds like that, but it really doesn't. It really doesn't. That ROM is nowhere near that quality, but it is great classic pinball music. But what a great video. So we got Elvira and the Party Monsters coming up next week for a tournament. I have a video on it where you can register to play in the tournament. If you want to play in the tournament, you want to play Elvira and the Party Monsters with us, it's free to play. It'll be a live tournament. We're going to play it on the next show. You have to be present to play. It will be all done live. We'll declare a winner live. You can play on any format you want. Pinball Effects VR, AtGames Pinball, Pinball Effects. If you want to play on the PlayStation 4 or 5 or Xbox console, as long as you can take a picture of your score, and I'll make just some mild things to prove that the score was done live. Easy stuff. Probably put a number if you're taking a photograph. If you're doing the if you're playing on Pinball Effects VR, I want you just to put the clock on it, which is very easy to do. It's nothing to it. So here's an example of just showing the score. I'll give you a code. You'll put the code on your score, however you played it. If you're in Pinball Effects VR, you'll just show the clock. Couldn't be easier. We're going to be playing this game right here, Elvira and the Party Monsters. We have a tournament next week. I do have a video, which is doing very well on the tournament. I'd like to get at least 20 players to play. Right now, we're a little over halfway, but we still got spots open to play in the tournament. It's free to play. Should be a ton of fun, but this is the game we're playing. Let's check it out.
Hey, let's party!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, monstrous! Ooh! Now we're cooking. Let's boogie!
Thank you, boy. Live. Organ.
Ooh, nice organ. Ooh, jackpot! How about another ball?
So our tournament will be on Elvira and the Party Monsters. Once again, I did make a great video where I go over all why I love this game so much, but it's a fantastic pinball game. It's going to be a lot of fun to play. Just register. There's the registration link is in the video. My Elvira and the Party Monsters tournament video I have on my channels right now. But register, and it should be a great tournament next week. Hope we get a good turnout, but if not, even if it's just a few people, it'll still be fun to see who's the best out of who plays. So, and I really don't have a lot of extra stuff to talk about. Let me look through my slides and make sure I don't have anything else. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Stay warm. The weather's been very cold, at least unusually cold from where I'm at in Louisiana's the South. We're not used to it getting cold, but it's going to get very cold this weekend. And that's a good chance to stay inside and play some video games and some arcade games and pinball. And enjoy these arcades that we have. Enjoy these machines we have. And just play some games. Have some fun. But that'll be it. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll catch you next week for a live tournament where we will be playing Elvira and the Party Monsters. It's going to be super fun. Take care.
Well, Papa Brad's a game man. He's got passion in his soul. From pinball tables to Atari, he's always in control. He's a master of retro man. The old school style's his thing. With every flick of the joystick, you can hear the twang ting. Stay legit, Papa Brad, keep the high school living. From the classic arcades to the AtGames pinball board. With the Atari 2600, your love for games will never quit. Stay true yourself, Papa Brad, and always stay legit. He's a lover of the classics, the sound of pixelated beats. Late nights at the arcade with every game defeat. But he'll keep on pushing till he's reached that final stage. Papa Brad's the gaming legend. His passion never fades. Stay legit, Papa Brad, keep the high school rolling. From the classic arcades to the AtGames pinball board. With the Atari 2600, your love for games will never quit. Stay true yourself, Papa Brad, and always stay legit.